Hey friends, welcome back to the Just to You blog video edition. I'm going to talk a little bit about boundaries tonight, how far you're willing to go, how far you're willing to allow other folks to go with you. There was a famous American author named Wayne Dyer. He's dead now. Um, he wrote a book called Your Erroneous Zones. And he said, examine the labels you apply to yourself. Every label is a boundary or a limit you will not let yourself cross. Now, I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong, friend. Far from it. In fact, we've all got boundaries or borders, if you will, around our personal, physical, and mental, emotional spaces. These lines that define us for what we determine to be acceptable or out of bounds. These boundaries, your values, your rules for life, these are the things that you allow or prohibit in your world. Well, some of us even have walls of our own construction built to shield us from the opinions or judgments of others, or to prevent us from doing or saying or being something we think might be met with rejection. We tend to shield ourselves from that risk, and in doing so, can pass up opportunities to experience the rewards. So, what's your tolerance for risk? It's got to be somewhat greater than zero, or you wouldn't be here risking a few minutes of your time to hear my message. We often hear about risk in terms of investment. And no, I'm not talking about financial investment. That's not my gig. I would ask how much you are willing to invest in yourself. And I'd wager that there are people in your world right now that would invest in you emotionally, spiritually, with their time, if you let them. Now, how much time are you willing to invest in the process? And despite our common interests and shared experiences, the things that you and I want at the core level of our beings are probably not the same. And we may share a sense of urgency or not. We may or may not have equal measure of patience with other people, and that's fine too. So, I'd have you consider, where are you holding out or holding back, or are you all in on yourself? And when it comes to your boundaries, there's no right or wrong answer. There just is what is for you. And be with that for a minute. Ask yourself, is this what I want? Or am I limiting my opportunities based on a rule that I've adopted? Does my set of rules still serve me as it once did? It also asks, what's your capacity to receive and return what someone else wants to invest in you? And your boundaries are going to determine that capacity. So you can only put so much into a container of any kind. We decide whether we operate from a place of emotional or physical scarcity or abundance. It's the awareness of this and the willingness to acknowledge that it can set us up for successful and rewarding connections that empower us to make change and evolve as people. So, where are you at? Are you moving the goalposts because you're afraid you'd be settling for something or someone? If somebody start to get close, then another person pops up right in front of you, and you're done before you even get started, and it's on to the next fantasy, having never actually experienced reality or taken the shot. There are people in the sports world and all over the fucking world, I suppose, who say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Again, I'm not here to give you advice, tell you what to do or not do. I'm just a fellow traveler on this journey, and I'm glad to share a few steps of it with you. Be well, friend.